Welcome back, everybody, to giantbomb.com. I am reunited with my friends here, and this is the real Friends reunion. Forget whatever they got going on HBO Max. We're here on giantbomb.com. If you're watching live, watching the archive, and joining me today, like earlier today, the people I subjected to watch Sonic with me, Matthew Rory.
Hello,
Jason
I'm
A.
here
Stryker.
as well. Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Jeff Bacalar.
Well, hello there.
Danny O'Dwyer.
Hell yeah.
And I gotta say, gentlemen, when I think about the West Coast, best coast, I think Tupac Shakur, Mac Dre.
He was born in Baltimore.
All right. Who else we got? Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, and now joining that fantastic list of iconic West Coast people is Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Headed to the Forbidden West over here, huh?
Just way later. Way later.
Way later. Spoilers.
That's it.
It's, at least it happened. It doesn't matter when it started, it happened.
I'm curious about the time frame here. Like they said 10 years later, next year.
She's like 19 in the first game. She's like a kid.
They've been doing
18,
this
17.
Yeah.
They've been doing this countdown for like 5 hours, so I imagine at least that long.
Yeah. It's been weird. So this is Horizon Forbidden West. We're going to be talking over their little state of play. I suspect it's just, I've heard 14-minute gameplay clip. I haven't heard anything else like developer interviews or anything like that, so it might just be that. But I think Horizon Zero Dawn is the best game to come out on the PS4. I just replayed it on the PC. It's one of my favorite games of the last generation. I'm super hyped for this. I don't have a PS5 yet, so might have to try and get one, but I will be happy with just more Horizon, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I hope they give a date this because this is one of the worries of the 2021 slippage is whether or not this one doesn't make it out this year. We did a documentary on NoClip about the first game, and they are some of they're all Dutch, so they're like very eloquent English speaking people who are also like some of the smartest folks in game dev I've ever interviewed. So hopefully they have some of those people out.
Did you get John Gonzalez in there too?
We did, yes.
Yeah,
He of course from. Did you work with him actually at any stage?
I did.
Yeah,
he was on Fallout New Vegas, and one of the things they've been rotating through on this preview thing before the stream starts is a Helios device from Fallout New Vegas, like the solar powered turbine at the top of a tower. They have one of those in this game apparently, which is a weird kind of throwback to Fallout New Vegas. So if John, if you're watching this instead of your own stream, hi.
He was lead writer on. They basically scouted out a bunch of people when they came off Killzone because they were like, we don't know how to write like this type of open world type story. Let's get the guy who did New Vegas. And there was another gentleman, I forget his name. He works now at, I think he's in 2K in the Bay Area. We also interviewed they got a bunch of Americans to come over and basically help it out. And you can kind of it's because Horizon is it's a really good story, right? I really I
thought it was great. One of my more favorite narratives, and not just the overall story, but the moment-to-moment kind of interplay with other characters. Even the side quests are really well written. It was just a super well-done game. I know people have various issues with it, but say the facial animation wasn't. I thought it was. I don't know. It's not flawless at all. For me, the weird thing was that it came out at the same time as Breath of the Wild, and those are both like two similar games, but different in that you can't climb anything in Horizon. So trying to play those at the same time was really tough. But Horizon is just super. One of my favorite games. So.
What
Technically
was the
as
story in Frozen Wilds? What happened? I didn't play that.
I thought you were going to say what the story was in Frozen, and I was about to go off, Jeff.
I know that story.
Well, if you want to recap, basically you are, this post-apocalyptic kind of hunter-gatherer kind of society, and over the course of the game, you find out what happened to humans in the past. They basically knew that this guy Ted Farrell built this robotic army and that lost control of them, and they all recognize that the robots are eventually going to destroy not only humanity but actually convert everything on Earth into biomass fuel, and basically the Earth would be left as just the crust. So they built this program to basically bury a kind of vault of human knowledge and clones, and eventually after they managed to crack the AI code and defeat the robots, they could get all these people out and repopulate the Earth in like 500 years. But everybody on Earth was going to die either way. So there's this big, long, kind of complicated story, which there's more to it than that. But it, sorry, these are kind of big spoilers. Yeah, sorry.
It's been a couple.
It's been almost 3 years.
It's been like 5 years since this game came out.
That's the thing. I need this. Every time I play a game, more often than not, I completely forget the entire story unless it's like, I don't know. There's a couple ones that stick with you. But I also did not play the Frozen Wilds, so I don't know.
Frozen Wilds was just
what
like
they did there.
Like in terms of the macro story, it doesn't really affect it. It's kind of like a tribe up in the north in the frozen part of the map that had a sort of a weird, like some of the robots were essentially sort of having an error, which they sort of saw as a like almost like they were like it was like a religious thing, right? They thought that they were living in harmony with the robots basically, but it was just because one of them there was like a signal in a mountain that was fucking tripping them out or something. So it's just like another cool side quest area, just kind of a little bit different.
Yeah, so that was a kind of a spoiler story summation. There is more to it than that. I didn't quite get there. There's a series of revelations about what happened, and honestly, even the gameplay was great to me too, though. But like, I love the weapons, I love the design, and it was I guess one of the flaws of the first game was that you could out level a lot of the enemies if you're playing on normal.
Yeah,
so once you got to a certain point, it was kind of just running around blowing stuff up. But
because that game's combat is really different depending on how you like. If you play it on easy, you can almost melee a lot of the enemies like in groups. But if you're playing on hard, like it's almost I don't want to like it's combat. I don't want to say it's like fucking. I'm getting towards saying it's like Soulsborne-ian that you have to like it timing and like where you hit the enemies and what you use to hit the enemies, like which type of arrows, like all that sort of stuff. You need to be on top of if you're doing the hard stuff, and it's really cool. Like if you just like whale arrows on some of those enemies, it will take 6 times longer than if you figure out, if I knock this piece of them off and attack this one thing with this type of arrow, it'll like chunk off half their energy. It's like it rewards smart gameplay. It's cool.
Yeah, it was really good.
We have an interesting question from the chat. Darth Lex asks, what do you think about the fact that Horizon is still a PS4 game as well? You think this will look less impressive than Ratchet and Clank, perhaps?
I think technically Guerrilla have always been one of the best in the business, and I suspect this game. When Horizon came out, I think it was probably the best looking PlayStation game on PS4.
Yes.
Like, at least from a technical level, it was remarkable. I hope they announce a 60 frames per second patch for the PS4 version during this. I think that would be amazing.
Amazing.
Because the PC one is so good. I think is it 4K on PC as well? I forget.
The PC version of Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, I played it in ultra widescreen, so I think you can get
jeez.
Yeah, it's
a scalable engine that they built. Like this is the same engine that was used on Death Stranding. Like it's so from a technical perspective, like Guerrilla have always been leaps ahead of most of the other PlayStation studios and feeding them stuff. So I am hopeful that this thing is like a beautiful 4K HDR like Dreamfest, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
I didn't realize it was going to have a PS4 version. That explains, like, I'm looking at the stream right now. It looks really, really good. I'm sure this is going to be on PS5, but it's not. There's only so far you can go with this kind of style of game and to make it more kind of photorealistic. But
that's true.
Curious.
Yeah, almost all the screenshots they have on their website, they all have like a watermark that says captured on PS5. So maybe
Sony's not putting out a first-party game only on PS5 at this stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's never going to happen.
Yeah. But Danny, you were alluding to it earlier. Do y'all think it's going to come out 2021 or 2022?
It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell.
Holidays.
I mean, this is we're in the death of the date.
Right.
Yeah, this is death of the date. So, like, I mean, I've been welcoming that inevitability for many years. I realize a lot of that is, has other ulterior motives, but I think I don't know. Maybe they say like holiday. I don't know.
When we talk about the COVID delay games, this is one of those. This is a game that was in final, third when all this thing kicked off, and is just going to, would have suffered so much. That it's these ones, and it's the ones that were like ideating, the ones that were like right at the start of their development are the ones that are going to have the most dramatic effect from our perspective on launch, I think. So
Yep.
I'd be really happy and impressed if it came out this year, but I also wouldn't be surprised at all if they say it won't be.
I think the big thing is like with shift to work from home. I mean, when I was on Fallout New Vegas, like there was a lot of some of the kind of pipelines you have for game development. Sometimes you can just add a file and have it update into a remote, like no big deal. But sometimes like especially on some of the games that I worked on, you'd have to like basically sit there and let your game sync up to the central kind of check-in code base, which is if you have good home internet, not too bad. But if you have to have people all over the place with various degrees of internet, it could be a serious slog. And I'm really curious to see how game developers have overcome that kind of stuff.
Do you think that gets harder the further along in development you are because there's just more materials?
I mean, doing like a beta kind of thing where you're constantly updating the game, like I'd say it'd probably be more difficult for kind of the alpha beta versions of the game where you're just constantly throwing new stuff in there and trying to fix bugs. Early on in the game, you're not really super worried about syncing every day. But I'm not super expert on this kind of stuff. But I'm really curious to see how it affects some people. I know audio has been a really tough one with people. Like a lot of people complain about Valhalla having really not super great audio for Eivor and things like that, where people can't. I was reading a story where a lot of the voice sessions you had to basically wait a day to like disinfect the entire booth before you could do it again. So that kind of stuff, and not every voice actor has like an at-home professional quality sound booth kind of thing. So it just seems like a real scattershot. Like the problems that arose from COVID, work from home, are probably impossible to foresee for some of these studios.
Still counting down here, folks.
Got 3 minutes.
For 5 hours, it's been doing this.
No, cycling. Cool. They said it was a very unique countdown, but did this need to be on for 5 hours straight?
Hype.
Well, all right. It's certainly pretty and long.
And what's cool about this as well is that when you watch these videos, you're often thinking, and this is what's cool about the first Horizon, once you sort of understand where and when it is that we look at these and we're kind of thinking, oh, it's California, right? So it's, maybe this is this part, this is this part, but like so much time has passed that the climates of the places you're in are like totally different to what they would have been like as we are now in humanity, or like talking. There's probably ice ages have happened and stuff. So it's really
for
cool.
years? Like years between.
What is it? Is it 1,000?
800 or something? It's like 800 or 1,100.
So not an ice age, but
yeah, it's just kind of but also without humans, kind of affects climate change too. So.
I thought it was so much longer.
But in the trailers, they have like the Palace of Fine Arts is underwater, and the ferry building of San Francisco is on one of the shots too. So
I love that.
That's one of the things I'm really skeptical of is underwater stuff. I know they've had her have like a rebreather in some of the trailers, and underwater stuff never seems super necessary for this kind of game. But I really hope there's not a huge amount of that. But hopefully they do it well.
I'm going to make the executive decision if everyone can find the Twitch stream for this.
Twitch stream?
Okay.
Can do.
I linked it to the Slack. Danny, yes, it's on the Sony account. It looks much better than the YouTube one.
Good.
Next PlayStation?
Okay.
Sony. Okay, yeah. Sony has somebody is sitting on Sony.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks way better. Oh yeah, look at that.
And mine's 15 seconds quicker too.
Yeah, me too.
All right, there you have it.
There we go. 1 minute.
We're good. We're good. We're golden.
We're good. Everyone good. All right.
I'm excellent.
I accidentally typed Horizon Zero Dawn Wild Wild West for the stream, and I was like, wait,
it does have big metal spiders. So
there you go. That's a crossover I want to see.
Oh, wonderful! My stream is now buffering.
Wiki, wiki.
Oh, buffer.
I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. My wife is like playing through this at the moment upstairs, the first game for the first time. Horizon on the mind. So
I mean, look, like this is what a 10-minute chunk of their press conference would have been, right? Like,
yeah, they're going down 30 seconds now, so maybe we can should get some gameplay up on our stream. Might be.
Oh boy, hold on.
You do it, John.
Chrome is deciding to crap the bed.
Yeah.
One sec. We'll get that back up. Oh boy.
I'll move my mic away from my.
When all else fails, we go to Edge.
There we go. Here we go.
Sony, wait for me. Sony, wait for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We're good.
It's just a logo saying state of play. Don't worry.
That's
it's
it. Just stay to play.
just a bit of
A little bit of underwater action there.
downtown
Nothing.
downtown real estate, San Francisco.
Little gorilla logo.
all
That's all.
right.
Stay there, chat. Stay there. We're good.
There we go.
There we go.
Right when
got
it
it.
fades to black.
Beautiful.
Beautiful work there.
Excellent. Excellent.
You love a little bit of tension, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Matthijs de Jonge. I'm the game director on Horizon Forbidden West.
He's game director on the first
Last
game.
year we revealed our ambitious new project, and since then the team has continued to make great progress on the development
Is
of
he
the
out of
game.
sync?
We
Yeah.
are very excited and
Feels
honored to
like
give
it.
you an update in this state of play. And in the countdown video leading up to this moment,
Okay, that's
you
not
have
just
already
me,
seen
right?
glimpses of
No,
the
no.
Forbidden West.
He's totally out of
But
sync.
now we have something
Twitch
truly
too.
special for you.
Yeah.
Almost 14 minutes of gameplay captured on PlayStation 5.
Four
And you
0?
don't have to wait any
14.
14,
gameplay
I
captured
think.
on PlayStation 5. And you don't
Oh,
have
there
to
it
wait
goes.
any
They
longer
They fixed it.
to
They
get
fixed
right
it.
to
Yeah.
it.
They stopped it. You could hear it.
Shouts out to video producers across
Yeah,
the
there you
board.
go.
So
Really good
PS5.
thing.
Mix of games. Okay.
Oh shit.
Big Daddy.
What's this guy's name?
Karja.
Easy,
This-
easy. It's okay.
Oh no.
You're safe now. Here.
Is that a Karja guy or is that a different clan?
Looks like they have a lot of armor on it. I remember that.
Looks really good.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Where's Erend?
Ambush.
Aaron. That's
Aaron,
him.
that was
right?
guy's
Bunch of
name.
crawling with raiders. They hit our camp hard. We ran and they chased us down.
He's got mutton chops.
Aaron was away from camp
Some more of that.
scouting. I bet he's still out there.
What was that?
Raiders got machines on their side.
A predator.
Claw striders. You should
Her
go after
eyes.
Aaron. If they find him before you do, who knows what they'll do to
A
him.
little wrinkle in between the eyebrows.
No, you're injured. I have to.
Don't worry about me. I'll make my own way out. Get going.
Okay.
Damn, man.
Pure vodka.
Oh man, this looks good. Oh boy.
I
Oh.
wonder what they're going to say about that armor, that ancient armor, which was the best armor in the game. Like, she just lost it or something?
I hope Erend is okay.
Well, there goes the worry about what it's going to look like.
Well, no UI, so it's always a little
Yeah.
bit fancier in these presentations, but yeah, right. San Francisco, maybe. Yeah,
that-
there's the
Yeah.
Trans-American.
Holy shit.
I'll just take your word for it.
Yep.
Oh, there's my house.
Oh, there it is. Giant bomb officers.
I mean, not too far.
Yeah. She's going, well, kind of. Now she's going the opposite way.
Cool.
They look different, like raptors.
Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit.
wow, cool.
They're like new versions of the walkers, maybe.
They still can't see for shit. God damn. She's right there.
Hit through the weeds there.
Oh,
You have a chainsaw jaws?
that's new, right? They didn't mount.
But you
robots.
could, but not
machines.
enemies, I don't think.
Yeah.
This is not good.
You could override them, but those look like they're just straight up domesticated.
Better be careful. There might be more.
Oh, that transition is so damn.
Yep, another one.
Now we got
boy.
some UI. This is a new UI for this. I'm not sure what that thing on the bottom right. Purple.
I need to get clear.
Stamina, maybe?
Oh, she just did an AoE,
That was close.
a smoke bomb.
Aloy, vanish.
I can't shake him.
Kind of kind of just narrating the whole thing, aren't you, Aloy? Just
She did that a lot in the original trailer too.
Yeah.
But in the game, she did it a bit. Yeah,
Maybe I can lose him in here.
not this much, but
which is more helpful than like text on screen.
Yeah.
These guys won't
It can
give
be a
up.
little repetitive, but it's not as bad as Days Gone, I'll tell you that much.
oh,
Lay out his down.
I'm getting hungry now.
okay.
Grappling hook, is that new?
Yeah, the grappling.
I think that was an arrow grappling hook. Yeah, that's new.
She used she used like a whip which was descending buildings, but never.
Machines. Better go
During
in
time.
there.
Oh man. You really hear the fucking Sonic air bubble music
Oh,
already.
look at their little feet.
Yeah, we didn't hear the Sonic drowning music earlier. Maybe we'll hear it now. Okay. Off topic. Have you guys ever seen a crocodile or alligator's legs underwater?
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Well,
adorable.
no, you're gonna show that ridiculous video that is not accurate.
I saw it on
Video where they're
TikTok,
just
Jeff.
like-
It's real.
So they're doing a lot of work with the camera here to like frame stuff in a
Yeah.
way that the game
Wow.
probably doesn't. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
people are
get
asking.
this
There was no. You could swim on the surface and do some light kind of underwater stuff, but nothing really diving down.
no.
It was
Those
mostly to
robotic
avoid
enemies
enemies.
too.
Dang, you had to deal with currents and shit?
Man, it must be that like 1 month in San Francisco where it's warm.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's stamina in this game, because of the first game you would actually run out of stamina if you swam too long.
Yes, but not for rolling or anything else, which was weird. It was only for swimming, right?
There's
Not
Aaron.
just the ones you slaughtered. But when they come looking for me, there's gonna be trouble.
Dude, that guy's like 8 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
That's a new one.
That's an elephant. Oh, boy.
It's like trunk. Yeah, look at that.
Oh!
Oh boy.
You guys wouldn't be laughing. If I had my hammer. Enough! Get moving!
Digging this new music.
Music's cool. I was just gonna
Synthy.
say.
Yeah. The trailer had some cool like synthy shit going on as well, which wasn't really in the first one.
Shoot an arrow at it.
I gotta help Aaron. And deal with that tremor tusk.
Tremor tusk.
It has tusks and causes tremors.
A tremor tusk?
Yeah, people are saying hair clipping. That was a thing in the first game, too. Her hair would clip a lot into weapons and
Yeah.
stuff. Not an easy problem to solve, I'm sure.
Make it look like that as we're here.
Need that Tress effects.
Oh, dude, there's a car, a train car, a trolley car there. See it? On the
Oh,
right?
look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
This must be Aaron's camp.
Diner. Is
He's
that
made
a
short work of it.
Mel? Mel.
The one thing to survive.
Nice.
It's got
That's
the-
interesting.
Oh wow.
Her
why-
spear in the first game was basically just like you could swing it heavier or soft, and that was about it.
Yes.
Curious if they're going to give her more attacks like that, or special attacks. Ooh,
Oh, interesting. He has
Think you can hurt
armor.
shields that you can target. Yeah.
Heated
Yeah,
armor.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
What the fuck is this?
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
dude, that was
guy?
like a Mega Man Jack in type
That
of
was like
thing
a
right
Street
there.
Fighter
Yeah.
thing there.
Oh yeah, look at this. It's like a combo.
Oh, that's neat.
Shit.
That looks like fun.
All right.
That looks like fun.
I like that sound, but
I mean, a lot of the person-to-person combat was pretty like
Raiders
know,
said
yeah,
they were heading
one-dimensional.
for the old bridge.
Just shoot them in the head and move on. It wasn't super complicated. That's interesting.
did she use any of her meters doing that, or
Better get to
maybe.
Hungry
I have
Ground.
no idea what those meters are for, so it's probably more of a consumable, I think, from the looks of it. No, this isn't true to the Horizon experience because you're not stopping every 5 seconds to pick up a branch.
Pick up something. Yeah.
A lot of crafting in that game.
Melt water and
I'm curious if that's automatic or I'm sure it's you have to press a button for that, but I'm curious if you can manually aim the grappling hook.
I think Sausalito's in it.
I think I know a way to
Oh,
get
Alcatraz.
there fast.
Is Alcatraz really high up there, or is that Angel Island?
That's Angel Island. Alcatraz would be off to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
neat.
looked
That's
cool.
cool.
That's cool.
Even more cloudy than last time.
Gotta be careful.
Oh, I hope Alcatraz is in. That'd be cool. I'm sure it is. They have to have something there.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks good. This looks so good.
She's right there.
Override
You
him.
there, Mr. Raptor?
Okay, she gonna mount this one or?
Hacking.
Should do it.
That was
Just
really quick
uploaded.
compared to the first game.
Wow.
Virus in there.
You can override them in once you have the upgrades from the
Help's on the way, Errant.
underwater or underground little places you have to unlock them.
Yeah.
I never rode around on mounts in the first game. I mostly just ran everywhere.
Well, you could fast travel so much in the game as well. You never
Yeah.
have to cover much ground.
Aloy?
Facial animations are awesome.
Aloy! Watch out!
Oh boy.
I know.
Oh, do you think she's gonna Legolas the elephant?
It's gonna look better than Lord of the Rings.
This will be the end of it, will it? Will they show her taking it down? Or is this it?
Aaron, stay put. I'll
Yeah,
handle
they'll-
this.
The first time they showed Horizon was a boss fight, so. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. It did have one of the more powerful reveals I think I can really remember. That first one,
Gotta keep
man.
moving.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we saw a lot of the.
There we go. Okay,
She
so
had
they
way more
do have the
stuff.
weapon wheel still. Fire now.
Thanks, Errant.
Is bonkers.
This guy has lasers.
Oh, the sand. They got that
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh,
Last of Us 2 mud tech they plugged in.
Oh, that sweet, sweet
Gotta
mud
slow you
tech.
down.
Oh,
Snow
hell yeah.
gun. Snow.
Got that tubby custard.
Oh, look at Tubby Cut.
Oh, here he comes.
Nice.
Oh, this is so good. Holy shit.
Time to hit back.
Was that one of its tusks?
Yeah,
That-
you
that
can
would
shoot
happen
off
in the
weapons
first
from the enemies. That's neat. Oh,
wow.
my god.
Oh my god. Is it headless?
I don't think arrows are going to cut it here, Aloy.
Right?
What's she pinging for? Is that what she was pinging
Nothing.
for?
I
the
can't tell
grappling.
why. There's no
Yeah.
real point to that.
Maybe a place to climb or something?
Oh, dear.
Oh, wow.
There was not this much like environment destruction in the
Ooh,
first
how
one.
many times did it take him to get that take right there?
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, even an AoE blast from an enemy.
Time to finish this.
Oh no, it's little Tum Tum.
Oh. Poor guy.
Aloy!
That guy was completely
Oh
fine.
right. I hope you weren't killed during that.
Saved his ass so many times at this stage. He's kind of like a doofus in the
Owe
first
you
game.
another one.
Come on.
But this time, I have a present for you.
My
found
foot.
it.
Here's my.
What you sent me for. Right before the raiders got me.
I
Two
wish
in
this
the
guy
face.
was just voiced by John C. Reilly.
Now,
Nice.
see where this thing will take us.
What is it? What is this? This is the. Oh,
What?
no way.
Okay, huh. You're going to travel
Oh.
a little bit, maybe.
There's
Is
a
there ever
chunk.
like an explanation of like why they have the most advanced technology like ever, but they still can't like? They still have. I don't know. They're. It's like it's kind of in conflict with like
No,
what they're able to do, right? Like.
It's explained.
Yeah,
No.
and it's almost here.
It's like, wow. Okay.
That didn't feel like 15 minutes, man.
Yeah, that went by lickety split.
All right.
The storm stuff they didn't get into too much.
So there you have it.
Got
The first
me
gameplay
going
footage
there.
from Horizon Forbidden West running on PlayStation 5. We hope you are as excited about it as we are.
Where'd you go? Oh, okay.
While we have you here, we would like
Dive
to
deep.
spotlight some of the new elements you have just seen in our gameplay capture.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And to help with that, please welcome Ben McCaw, Narrative Director on Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, interesting.
Thanks, Matthijs, and hello to all our viewers. Horizon Forbidden West is set 1,000 years in Earth's future after a global catastrophe. People live on in primitive tribes, but they're no longer the dominant species. Giant, animal-like machines now roam the land, and they're extremely
Swamp
dangerous.
Thing is.
The machines aren't the
Jeff,
only
this is
threat
exactly
in the
how
Forbidden
Pokemon
West.
starts.
A strange red light is spreading across the land, and it won't be long before it strangles all life. Aloy, our hero, is the only one who can stop the blight. But to do that, she and her companions will have to comb through the ruins of the old world to find the technology they need. In this quest, Aloy has sent her loyal friend Erend into the remains of San Francisco to find a crucial piece of technology. Erend encounters raiders from a rebel faction of the Tenakth tribe. They are vicious fighters, but even worse, they've acquired the power to override machines. To rescue Erend, Aloy winds up fighting them, but first, she must cross the ruins to reach their camp.
We face a lot of obstacles as we traverse the ruins of San Francisco. To overcome them, we've given Aloy some great new tools. Using the focus scanner, you can highlight spots that allow free climbing.
Oh, I
anywhere
see. Yeah,
the
somebody in
open
chat was
world.
saying they don't show up as yellow until you do scan. So
Forecast to
that
speed
kind of
up
makes sense.
climbing and can get you quickly out of trouble.
That's
The
cool
shield
because a lot of the
ring allows you
climbing.
to safely descend from great
in
heights or
specific
surprise
areas.
enemies from above.
Yeah.
So now it's a bit more organic.
With the diving mask, you can stay submerged as long as you like and take your time to plan a path around amphibious machines or boost through strong underwater currents.
Nice.
And to speed up overland travel, a variety of machines can be overridden and used as mounts or in combat. Combat in Horizon Forbidden West puts a strong emphasis
that
on
elephant.
tactics and player choice. For close-range combat, the spear is an excellent option. There's a range of combos that have different uses and effects. Valor Surges add a unique set of special abilities, one of which can be used to knock back nearby
purple.
enemies.
So,
She
that was
used
so
the
Spear
weird.
can be charged to create a high damage effect
Good,
that
but
can
weird.
take down even the stronger enemies. A wide array of different weapons is quickly accessible via the weapon wheel. A slingshot with adhesive grenades to temporarily stall machines. Bows with arrows that can strip armor and expose weak spots. A powerful launcher that fires spikes that explode on impact. Smoke bombs that temporarily blind enemies. Or you can pick up weapons shot off from machines. The full game has many more unique weapons, and each of them can be upgraded on a workbench, but more on that another time.
They,
The
none of
player
that in
will
the
need
first
to
game.
be smart
Upgrading
and
at
creative
least.
and use all of the combat options
just
we
buy
have
better
shown
weapons,
to deal
but
with a
Yeah.
large variety
they
of
didn't do
deadly
anything else, right?
machines. Sunwings in the sky, claw striders and tremor tusks on land, snapmaws in the water, even the seemingly harmless burrowers that you saw briefly swim by. They are all dangerous, and even more so when overridden by human rebels.
We've only scratched the surface of the rebel threat, as Aloy will fight them in many forms throughout the game. And to defeat them, she must explore the open world to uncover the secret behind their power, and how that secret is related to her quest to stop the Blight. And this is just one of the mysteries she will unravel as her journey through the Forbidden West takes many twists and turns.
It's time to wrap it up. We will have more updates closer to launch, and everyone here at Guerrilla can't wait for you to experience the full game.
Days.
Thank you for watching.
No word on dates? Unless something
Alright.
happens here.
They can still flash one.
Maybe Sony's E3 presentation.
Oh wait, there's more. No, okay.
No.
There you go.
Did you know play has no limits?
Nothing. God damn it.
No limits.
I mean, I'm
no
assuming
limits, no
it's a
limits.
It's a when it's done kind of situation. They'd love to have it out
Yeah.
for holidays, but I'm sure that if it slips into next year, we've all seen like the amount of games that are slipping, and this one is so complicated. It might be better off in March or something like that. But I'm
100%.
really looking forward to that. It looks like more Horizon, but that's kind of I'd be happy with that. So,
Sure.
Yeah,
It's what the people want.
It looks strong. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, there was nothing like fundamentally about the first game that I would change, but it seems like at least there's some interesting stuff being added. Like the melee stuff looks, it's another layer on it. So cool. And
that first game was so intricate in terms of its systems, and I could see them getting way too complicated with the sequel, but hopefully they make some smart cuts. Like the inventory was very bad. Like that was one of the worst parts of the first game, is dealing with your inventory and picking up stuff and trying to manage the amount of slots that you had. So hopefully they can smooth that out a little bit. But it's been like 4 or 5 years since that game came out, so I'm sure they've been working on it this entire time.
Yeah, like figuring out what stuff to sell, what stuff to keep, so you could like get upgrades from traders, what stuff to use for your mods, like all that. Like which mods to get rid of was always a big problem. Like, okay, I guess I'm selling all my greens now, but you never really.
Or you could get to a point where your upgrade of your like one carrying capacity, you'd run through all of your like boar skins, but you didn't know you still needed them for another thing that you haven't unlocked yet. So you'd sell them all, and it was just kind of a mess. So hopefully they can make that a little smoother.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember a lot of games from that time, and even now of like that craft fatigue kind of thing. Yep. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that just to me seems more of like a trend, and where how that evolves is probably the more interesting question. But, yeah, I mean, like I enjoyed that first game. I do remember being overwhelmed by like the map barf too of like all those. But I do think, like a lot of games, that will start to thin that out in a more, digestible way. So,
but I do have to.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I have to say that looks amazing from a graphical standpoint. That is seriously super impressive. I don't know if that'll. I mean, they also were only doing 30 FPS, so maybe there'll be different modes on the PS5. I don't know, but that looks graphically superb. The first one did too. The first one was just amazing looking at the time. Super impressive.
They really know how to show off the game too. I mean, that is. We were talking before, like that first E3 reveal of the first game. I just remember being totally blown over by that.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
And there's a lot going on, like under the what they're showing is kind of, you can appreciate it on a surface level, but if you care enough about the intricate, if you played the first game, or if you like want to go frame by frame on it, like we were noticing a lot of stuff. Like they're very good at, they just let it play as well, which is great. And then let's go back and take a look at some of the particulars in here. I'm interested in. I want to get a freeze frame of the weapon wheel, because I don't know.
Me too.
That looked busy. Like I don't know if their VOD is up yet, but like that, it looked like there was a lot going on there on the weapon wheel. That, and I wonder about the whole like the Caribbean map pings, whether or not.
Yeah, that's weird too. I can't tell if they'll have separate maps, or like you at some point, just because in the first game you had one big map. Even the DLC was on the same map as everything else in the base game, and maybe they're going to have 2 or 3 different maps this time. Maybe not the same size, but maybe split it up a little bit. That's a big task though in terms of environment design to do that. So who knows?
They already showed off the Bay Area aspect of this too, as well, which they just spent 5 hours showing so much other types of biomes. So it will be cool to see. Like, I wonder if there will be more of this at E3, but it'll be a bit more deserty or mountainous, or some of the jungle stuff outside of the city, or but yeah, it was cool. Hype. E3, hype. That was good. It washed the Sonic out of my mouth.
Yeah, right? A little palate cleanser there. Hell
what are you guys talking about? We had a guy in a Sonic costume doing the Olympics. What was not to love about earlier this morning?
Yeah, I was doing the log jump as Sonic. It was great.
That was good.
Karate and boxing and shit.
Well,
playing baseball. What a guy.
The E3 train continues to slowly, chug along, and
it's pulling out of the station. It feels like, right?
Yeah. And I feel like this is just going to keep happening, where they'll tweet 2 days before they plan on doing a press conference or a little stream, and then we'll come together yet again to talk.
Easy enough.
That Dying Light one was announced yesterday for their stream today. Like, give us a little bit more time to get worked up.
Did you see
Dying Light 2?
Yeah, did you get a
I
chance
watched
to
the
look at
gameplay
that?
trailer. It looks a lot like Dying Light 1 with more stuff. Like, basically like Horizon, same thing, same gameplay with wall running now. But maybe, did they have wall running in the first game? I don't recall. But Dying Light was also one of my favorite games the last generation, so I'll play that for sure. But
did they have a date on that, Rory, or nothing yet?
yes, December 6th, oddly enough, which is, if you're familiar with, that's basically the last week that anything releases, because nothing releases on like Christmas Day. You really want it ideally before Thanksgiving, but December, like first week of December, is like the last possible time to release a game and actually get like Christmas sales, for a variety of reasons. Like, you get a lot of gift sales, but that makes me suspicious that it might be either pretty broken on release or might get pushed again. But
it's also pushed a couple of times already, so it's one of those ones,
And they had to. I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if they're going to redo the stuff that if the Chris Avellone situation where he had to leave.
Right.
That I don't know what that whole thing is, but it sounds like it's been a complicated year for Dying Light 2.
They're also doing Far Cry 6 tomorrow.
I was going to mention that.
Oh, they are?
I think a lot of that footage got leaked.
Oh, yeah.
That's another slippy dippy. That was supposed to be out in, was it February originally? And then it was going to be March. And then it was going to be April. And then they were like, later this year. So
Slippy dippy indeed.
The first big casualty. Yeah.
That's the industry. It's all slippity dippity.
9 a.m., 9:30 tomorrow.
Amen. Put that on a shirt. I'm not going to say that we're going to talk over it, but maybe we'll look at it tomorrow on a casual or a relaxed Friday stream on giantbomb.com. This is just going to be every damn day. Like, just don't close this browser, folks.
Yeah, from now until September. That's it.
Oh, gosh. I thought having E3 this year meant we end on that Monday or Tuesday. But no, it's not. It's not going to happen. We're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep hanging out. We're going to keep talking over things. And we're going to keep being pretty even after we fade to black. Gentlemen, Matthew, Jason, Jeff, Danny, thank you for joining me. Thank you to the viewers at home for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Fade into black.